Dancehall artist Felicia Gooden, better known as Lisa Hyper, has been one of the internet's favorite acts as of later. The DJ has been steadily working on reviving her career over the past couple of years, and it seems things are finally lining up perfectly for the entertainer. The 31-year-old made her mark on the industry more than a decade ago as one of the original members of Vybz Kartel's Portmore Empire. The love has carried through to 2020, earning her multiple spots on Vybz Kartel's new album of Dance and Divas. She is also steadily working on new music videos to help promote her album The Phoenix, which is set to be released sometime this month. During Lisa Hyper's recent interview with Winford Williams on Onstage, she explained why she apologized to Spice and then surprisingly offered an apology on Vybz Kartel's behalf. "I want to apologize for my boss, Vybz Kartel too," she said. "Everyone in society that he has rubbed the wrong way, I want to apologize for Vybz Kartel on my behalf. He doesn't know that I am doing this, but I want to do that for him. I need him to come home. I'm apologizing for him, for anybody that he has wronged." The world is once again taking notice of the girl who has definitely risen from the ashes, but a few recent candid moments in front of the camera have left fans to view her in a completely different light. Dancehall selector Foota Hype has earned a reputation for being the go-to dancehall plug for otherwise hard to acquire information. During his YouTube live session on Sunday, he expressed that the credible sources close to the Sticky Pon Dem entertainer have confirmed that Miss Gooden is gearing up to welcome her first child. Hyper herself has not come forward to confirm or deny the allegations. Some fans are not yet sold on the idea of pregnancy and have instead labeled the protruding bulge as a side effect of poor eating habits and possibly a medical condition such as fibroids. Others were quick to point out recent shots of Lisa Hyper holding a cup which some have presumed to have been filled with alcoholic beverages. In light of this, many have claimed that the DJ would not be drinking if she was aware of her pregnancy. However, if one is to take Foota Hype's track record for breaking stories into question, we could be sending congratulations Hyper's way in the coming months. Naturally, questions surrounding who the father-to-be is have quickly caught wind. As pointed out by Foota, who now being dubbed as the Jamaican Maury, there are 3 possible candidates for this position, all of whom are prominent entertainers themselves. Kartel is candidate number 1. He confirmed before explaining just how the DJ, who has been incarcerated for close to a decade, may have impregnated the First Lady of the Gaza, his one-time lover. From one, we don't hear about no other man for Lisa Hyper. We never hear Lisa Hyper own up an ex-man yet. Dexter Dapp is candidate number few, cause we now put 2 upon the boss name, he continued. This union may have been bred out of the frequent link-ups between Hyper and Dexter. A recent video shared on Lisa's Instagram shows the two vibing to a recent collaboration, which could mean that the meetups were just for business purposes. It's hard to blame speculators for this assumption, since Dexter Daps is well known for his ability to woo females of all ages and sizes. After shooting down a couple of big names such as Bounty Killer, Popcorn, Sika Rhymes, and even Gollybop suggested by viewers, Foota landed on the 3rd candidate, the 6th lyrical maestro, Chronic Law. To many fans, this seemed like the winning combination since both had already been spotted looking together. Back in May, images surfaced of Chronic Law being embraced by Lisa while in the studio. Another supposed clue pointing to a relationship was when videos of the two vibing during a river excursion were uploaded to the web. The relationship is rumored to have caused a rift between the Six and Gaza camp. However, that was dispelled after known Vybz Kartel stan Shamar McKinnon teased the artwork for a track between Kartel, Squash, and Chronic Law. To further squash the rumor, Hyper and her alleged boo recently offloaded a joint collab, Sin City. For many, it is now a matter of when the baby will arrive and what name he or she will be given. Next up is some news I have on Tommy Lee SPARTA. Ever since Tommy Lee SPARTA was implicated in a lottery scam bust in 2014, the artist can't seem to evade run-ins with the law. With this dark, controversial aesthetic, the Rich Badness DJ has proven to be a frequent target for authorities despite departing his hostile flanker community and the general Montego Bay environs for greener pastures in Kingston years ago. His legal woes have seemingly wandered away with him, as police have shut down over 20 of his performances and robbed him of a spot on Reggae Songfest Dance All Night exactly 5 years ago. Last week, Tommy Lee was again named as person of interest for the third time in 4 years before he was detained by police under the state of emergency in the St. James Parish. Attorney for the Shook DJ, Ernest Smith, claims his client broke down in tears at the repeated unfair targeting and has now declared that SPARTA is being used as a scapegoat for law enforcement after investigators for case-related questioning last week failed to show. Currently, in remand at the Freeport Police Station, Tommy Lee is receiving an outpouring of support from his team and fan base who have been active on social media about the cause. We are asking for all supporters to either change their profile pictures on Instagram or Facebook and or post on their feed to show solidarity while Mr. Leroy Jr. Russell, aka Tommy Lee SPARTA's legal team, focus on his freedom, read the latest post from his Instagram account. But SPARTA's attorney, Ernest Smith, is now convinced of the law enforcement's malicious motives after interviews scheduled for Friday were spitefully and evasively stonewalled. A senior person from the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Unit gave me assurances that he would be questioned today, Smith said on Friday. I wasted one whole day. The very persons who should have done the interviews were never informed. I was there from 11 o'clock yesterday. There were no interviews, no question and answer, and Superintendent Vernon Ellis, who we made the arrangements with, was conveniently absent from his office. The CTOC said no arrangements have been made to interview my client. My client is being used as a scapegoat. He has lost over 100 million in revenue because there are some cops who keep locking down his shows, the irate litigator added. SPARTA can be held for up to 90 days without being charged under the current SOE, and his lawyer believes this latest setback stems from a personal tiff with one of the officers who has been on the DJ's criminal case since 2014. In a 2017 onstage interview with Winford Williams, Tommy Lee SPARTA talked about the effect and extent of the frequent incriminating episodes. And that wraps up all the news for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.